So given my first video, I went over a lot of the different pros associated with putting assets on chain for the investor, but what are the benefits for the syndicator, for the person who's managing a fund? When it comes to managing a fund, typically there's two major factors that are associated with the fees involved with sending out money to investors. That's going to be the number of investors involved in a project and the frequency of payments, frequency of distributions sent out to investors. Now, typically when it comes to bank transfers, wire transfers, there's going to be a fee that's anywhere from $15 to $30. We could say $20, $25 on average. And so I was chatting with ChatGPT, and it was essentially telling me, for an example that I'd given it, if there was 160 people involved in an investment fund for an $80 million property in Miami, for sending out funds for distributing profits to each of those investors, just a single distribution is going to cost about $4,000 if you had a $25 average per wire transfer for the 160 people involved. Now, imagine, if you were doing this on a monthly basis. If you did that 12 months out of the year, you're looking at $48,000 just in costs associated with sending the money. This is why typically a lot of these funds will either do quarterly, semi-annual, or annual transfers where their investors are only seeing the profits every few months to even an entire year. I have to believe a large reason for this is the fact that the cost associated increases dramatically the more often funds are sent. And so we could essentially offer to provide 12 months worth of profit distribution for the same cost of a single payment through the smart contracts. Given the only fee really associated is going to be the gas fee, which is going to be used for sending out the money on the contract. So not only does this allow the cost to decrease as far as the fees involved with sending out the money, but it provides the opportunity to increase the frequency of distributions sent out to investors. Now, pro number 3 is opening up the opportunity for more people to be involved in your investment vehicle. Typically, a lot of syndicators are not going to be involved with people who don't have a significant amount of capital to be able to lend. And this is because the more people involved, the more expensive it becomes to manage. Not only this, but typically if you're dealing with people who don't have a lot of capital, sometimes they're going to be more angsty as far as how their money is being used, wanting to know more details than some syndicators care to put up with. So what can happen is, given an NFT, it can be liquidated, sold, exchanged at any time. If people are really squandering for their money, they can always just list their share on chain, their NFT on chain for somebody else to buy. They can use the funds to be able to go deal with whatever life problems they're having. And if they want to buy back into the project, they can. But more importantly, it maximizes the efficiency involved with tracking and automating the process of distributions. Because typically, if you're dealing with bookkeeping and accounting to manage all these people involved, and then each person individually, each wire transfer individually is going to incur a transaction fee. Well, if you're doing that all on chain, again, it makes the cost much less expensive, only really costing the gas fee and the deployment cost for the contract. So the edge provided is really the sense that, again, it's going to decrease the cost not only for the frequency of transactions, but for the number of investors involved. And this will open up opportunities for more people to become involved, as well as increasing the benefits associated with a given project. So if you guys found this video helpful, if you guys are interested in the technology that I just described, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be putting out more contracts and more information as far as the things we're building. And with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.